All right, welcome back to Rise Up. My name is Erico. The other day I got to hang out with my dude Ryan Roth over at his place, talk about life, music, everything else. Let's go check that out.
It truly is Rust Belt. It's people who are hourly waged. You're either punching a clock in a factory, working in the steel mills and factories and producing for the rest of the country, or you're turning the fields out here in the country, feeding the rest of the country. It's sweat, it's blood, it's pounded on. We're just beat up, you know. It's the Rust Belt.
What's your name?
Ryan Roth.
What do you do?
I'm an artist in many different forms. I'm a sculptor, painter, ice carver, musician.
That muddy, balmy river was clean enough to wash his hands. I climbed out of a deep dark hole, he's strangling less a man. Well, I spent my time running the Detroit line, letting broke down and abused. Well, I'm headed back home to the wheat in the corn, and I can tell you about the walking blues. I blew my motor down the road, doing 75. And I was cutting cross traffic, smoking low, lucky just to be alive. And as I sat on the side of the road, there was only one thing that I know. Lord, it's gonna be a long, long time till I get home. Well, that muddy, balmy river was clean enough to jump on in. And I've been doing a little hard trapping and checking off for 7 cents. Well, I spent my nights under the neon lights playing my songs for tips and booze. I play some sold out shows.
Your journey started, I guess, was it art first or music, or tell me how it all came together?
That kind of all rolls together. Just being a creative person, you know, it's growing up drawing, and you know, every kid does. But then my parents were in the 50s and 60s cover band when I grew up, so I've always had like strong musical influences. Our front room at our house was a music studio. It had a bass, a guitar, a piano, drum set, PA with mics ready to go at any time. So come home from school, that's where I'd find myself putting old records on that my parents had and just playing along with them and kind of catching on that way, and until I grew up old enough to start doing my own thing and take off doing that.
Brick and glass in the factories and the foundries, pounding steel and on the banks. And I lay my trouble, let them float on out Lake Erie. No, I let them ride until they reach that ocean tide, and then I drop them in the bottom of the sea. Let them roll. Just let it roll. Let it roll. Oh, no, let it roll. Let it roll me home. Let it roll. Oh, let it roll. Let it roll me home. Let it roll me home.
You mentioned the art goes with it. Tell me just tell me about your art as well.
It's
Because it's obviously multimedia stuff.
It is, and it like, I don't know, it kind of all just flows, and depending on what the energy is and what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing or what I'm trying to say, that kind of influences what medium I create in. A lot of it's just forms of expression, so whether or not it's something I can say lyrically or something I have to put in a painting because I really can't say it with words, I do it that way. And, you know, it's definitely kind of all tied together, and just which filter it comes out of when, you know, how I want to say it, I guess.
Sometimes it's hard to see, it's so hard.
I've always been like a Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger guy, but then I grew up in the 80s and 90s, So I grew up listening to old school rap and all these different, you know, and I remember a conversation my dad had, you know, basically said, take the people you like. You know, I was a Cobain man, you know, in the 90s. You know, I just loved what he was doing and what he was about, and the Unplugged record was great. You know, I fell in love with that at the time. And, you know, he said, all right, now take him, find out who influenced him, and then find out the 5 people that influenced them, and take that all the way back as you can. And it led me on this really cool journey throughout music in every style and every genre, you know.
You got the kind of love that brings me to my knees. Whoa, baby, please. I'd rather die alone than in your company. I didn't notice when the train went and lost control.
And I've spent time as a youth minister, you know, and so in a lot of ways I just view it as trading the pulpit for a suitcase, and I try to just go spread love everywhere I go.
Whoa, baby, please. You got the kind of love that brings me to my knees. Whoa, baby, please. I'd rather die alone.
But that's what I love about what we get to do. And if you use your gifts and you use your talents and you use your stuff, man, there's real things can happen. You know, there's beautiful things. Hippies weren't wrong in the '60s; they just got burnt out. You know, it's a tough drive.